let's clone ourselves a Git repo. How many words a minute do I type? I don't know. So from here, we're going to pop into the backup Arista Lab. And I'm going to go ahead and expand this just so we can kind of see what's going on. Pretty standard ContainerLab topology, nothing too special. I have 2 spines and I have 4 leafs. And basically, I'm just doing layer 3 routed links between the spine and leaf switches with /31s. BGP all the way, so underlay and overlay, all BGP all the time, it's the best. And then some VXLAN things for the VLAN bridging and the VRF routing stuff. So if I look for the startup config, when these start up, they're going to be instantiated with this these configs that are stored in this directory over here. And oh yeah, so honestly, I had so much fun. Like I actually handcrafted like artisan, like just had so much fun crafting this banner. I mean, I haven't written the banner since I was like studying for CCNA way back when I had all my hair and I was in shape. But yeah, a lot of fun. Anyway, you gotta have fun when you're doing this stuff, don't you? So looking at the topology back up here. So basically what I have up here, and this is the part that's maybe interesting that you don't normally see a lot. So I work for a company called Itential, and they have this incredible gateway product. This is their free tool, Torero. So when MCP came out last November, when something like new and disruptive comes out, the way that I learn about it is I need to like build things with it. So what I did was I took this Torero CLI tool and I built a really primitive API, really primitive MCP server, really primitive UI, just to kind of figure out and make sense of all these components myself. So that's what's going to happen here. So along with these other network nodes, it's going to instantiate this automation gateway. And at runtime, it's actually going to import the automation that I want to run. So let's go ahead and run this thing. I'm having the time of my life, and I've never felt this way before. Okay, so ContainerLab does this neat thing where it prints out all the stuff you need. So first things first, you can basically use Docker exec if you're using Docker to run commands against these things. So let's say that I wanted to run a command against the spine. So I can do something like spine 1 CLI -C. I think that's right. It's a long command. Show BGP EVPN summary. Awesome. So, okay, great. I got the command right on the first time. And that also that exec at the beginning, usually it's docker exec -it and all this other stuff. I have like a bash alias to at least make the first part of the command a little easier. So let's run something else. Let's look at one of the leafs and show VXLAN VTEP. Nice. Show VXLAN VNI. Awesome. So we have a working network topology here. We're running some things in ContainerLab, and we have this gateway. And another thing too, so if I go back here and I look at the IPs, they all have, given this is a lab environment, nothing too crazy, they all have admin as login. So I'm going to log in to this gateway. and then see if it instantiated my service on here. Awesome. So I have my backup service that I want to run against all these Arista nodes. Now, let's go ahead and switch over to Claude Desktop. Let's start out by doing something simple. Okay, so we are fit as a fiddle. Awesome. Healthy and available. Now let's see if it can recognize what services we have running. So it's going to use the list services call and okay, well, it's returning my service. And you know what? I want a little more detail. So let's ask it to describe this service with a little more details. Describe the backup Arista service in more detail. There we go. We have the name, the type of automation it is, a nice description, service ID, the repository that it was imported from, all the tags. I love tagging things. Playbook, inventory, all the goodies. Awesome. Looks like we're in good shape. So let's go ahead and run this thing. Success. Woohoo. Yeah. Time to celebrate. So it's going to give me a little executive summary. We were successful. All these goodies, configs were backed up to this location as I had defined. All is well. Now let's check the web UI and see what's going on there. Awesome. So we can see we had one service available to run. It took 29 seconds to back all those suckers up, 100% success rate. Then I have my standard out execution data. Awesome. So this has been really interesting to take something like a CLI tool and then wrap some of these other features around it. And again, mind you, it's for the sake of learning. You know, I did this to educate myself on MCP. MCP is so hot right now in the industry. When you're experimenting and you're tinkering around and you want to know like all those other things that an MCP interacts with. So if you're curious on like all the things that are happening behind the scenes here, or like why I even spent the time to build this, I'm going to be going through everything step by step in some subsequent videos. Because again, this is just the way I learn. I have to build, integrate, and mess around with things just so I understand things. You know, without understanding those little foundations, MCP might seem like a little magic or a little crazy, or you may even not trust it. But the more you get into it, the more you understand it, the more you start peeling back those layers, it's not magic. You'll begin to recognize it's a logical evolution of, you know, proven communication patterns adapted for this AI era that we live in.